It's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue focused late night show in the country where we are on a mission. And our mission really is to empower. Our mission is to inspire. And our mission is to provide you, the entrepreneur, with all of the resources that are necessary to execute that big vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And on this episode, we have the one and only Renee Toppin. She's in the building, and she'll be talking about, 1, how to get unstuck, 2, how to reach your design destiny. And she has a few steps to help you do that. So Renee, how are you doing today?
I am doing awesome, and it is a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Now, I know we're talking about ways to get unstuck. And we'll talk about how to get to destiny in a minute. But I'm curious, just a Shay Brown question. I'm sure I'm the only one curious. Why are people stuck these days? I mean, they've got Instagram. So if they want to get unstuck, they feel like they can get excited right away. They've got AI. I mean, you can ask AI anything and it gives you an answer. They could even right now go watch a video on YouTube on how to get unstuck. And yet they're still stuck. So I guess my question is, I'm not trying to be funny because I know it's got to be real. Why are people stuck these days? Why are we having this conversation?
It's a very simple answer that you can sum up in one word. Shay, it is fear. It is fear. It is fear of what they don't know. It is a fear of how to start. It is fear of failure and even fear of success. Point blank period, it's fear. It's paralysis analysis. That's what we call it.
Now, I'm just curious. Someone's probably thinking, I'm a perfectionist. What does she say to me? Like I'm a perfectionist. Does she not understand it has to be right? I get into all the details. And so what would she say to someone like me, Shay, who I know what to do? I'm just a perfectionist.
That's what we call analysis paralysis. And another thing, Shay, is that people are afraid to fail. And failure is a part of the process. And until we are okay with being bad at something, Shay, we will never be good at that thing. And a lot of times it is our ego, our fear of rejection, our wanting it to be perfect from the gate. And it will never be perfect from the gate. You have to be okay with being a work in progress and not understanding how everything works and being rejected and being told no. That's all part of the fear that keeps people stuck.
Now, I know this is not a counseling session for Shay Brown, but I'm curious. For me, I always had the fear what people would think about me. So I didn't care about failing. I'm cool with that. It was just that now they're going to say I told him so. Why did he try that? You know, we had this conversation and I fall flat on my face. So, you know, that would hold me back and still slows me down sometimes. I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. You know, I look around. So for Shay, not just for me, I'm not the only one asking this question. I know none of y'all have this problem but me, I'm sure. Maybe there's one other person out there like Shay Brown. But what would you say to the person just fear or they always are worrying about what other people are thinking about what they're doing? So it kind of limits us or slows us down some. Does that make sense at all?
That absolutely makes sense. And I would say to that person, ask yourself, whose vision is it? It's my vision. Who's getting paid? Who's going to benefit? Me. I'm the one who's fully invested in this idea that I was given, in this destiny, my assignment. And there are people who are attached to you who are waiting for you to do what you are called to do. So I would say to that person, it's inside of you, and you can't explain effectively to someone that doesn't believe in what's inside of you why you are doing what you're doing. So you have to let go of the need to explain your purpose.
You brought the word up, purpose. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll get in a moment who is Renee. We'll let her tell her backstory and we'll let her doing what she's doing in a minute. But she has a second part to this. So the first part was she's going to give you some steps. We'll get to that in a minute on how to get unstuck. But she talked about your design destiny, and then she used the word purpose. So take a moment because purpose means different things to different people. And I'm assuming that's the destiny we're trying to get to is our purpose. So what does purpose mean these days and what does it look like to you?
Purpose is the thing that burns in your heart. It's the thing that you would do if you were not getting paid. It's the thing that you would wake up every day excited about doing. And it could be anything from writing a book to building a tech company, starting any type of business, a restaurant, but it is the thing that drives you, that thing for which you were created. And you know what that is because you answer this question, Shay. Would I do this if I were not getting paid? That's how you know what your purpose is. That's how you know what your destiny is. It's that thing you dream about. And here's another reason, Shay, why people don't get started. It's because they're caught between a dream and a job. That thing that burns in
Mm.
your heart, that purpose is not going to pay you initially because prosperity follows purpose. And so a lot of times people get stuck in the right now, what is paying me rather than what is going to fulfill me. And so purpose is what fulfills you. And it's that thing that you are created to do that burns in your heart and that you would do whether you got paid or not. But ultimately, it's going to pay you better than anything you can imagine.
Woo, she's coming out, ladies and gentlemen, with the fire. You might be wondering, maybe they haven't read your bio yet. Maybe someone hasn't Googled you. They're listening to us right now on a podcast. Somebody's watching us live right now. Someone's in the replay. Might be saying, slow down, Shay. Who is this person? So the question I have, Renee, is you know how this works. What's your backstory? And what was that defining moment that led you to doing what you're doing now?
Well, Shay, thank you so much for asking. It's a long story that I'm going to condense into about 3 minutes. I always knew from the age of 12 that I was gifted to speak, that I could speak from stages and that I could move crowds and influence people. But I had not connected my purpose to my gift. There is a disconnect with a lot of people with their gift and their purpose, and they don't know how to bring the two together. So I got married, which I thought was my destiny, get married and have a child. But I still had not stepped into my purpose. So my purpose was actually brought forth in pain. I had a very difficult divorce. I had been married for 8 years, met my husband in the church, and I thought, oh, we met in the church, what God has put together, right? And sure enough, it went totally asunder. And here I am with a child and no marriage, and still have this gift that I have not put into the atmosphere because I have not yet discovered my purpose as it relates to my gift, to my talent. So I'm not serving the people who need my giftedness because the creator gave me this thing. He gave me an assignment that this thing is connected to. And here I am thinking my purpose is to be married and have a child, and nothing is wrong with that. That is honorable, but that was not my purpose. And so once I got divorced, Shay, I was in this healing process and in this healing place. And I said, I know that there are other women in this place. I have to find the women that are in this place and bring us together and create a safe place for us to heal. And so that's what I did. I started this organization in 2007 called Black Women Who Want More. I am a certified whole life coach. I'm a licensed evangelist. I am a best-selling author with a relationship book on Amazon. And so I started to focus on relationships. And all of the focus, Shay, was outward. And I said, you know what? We are not going to get more as Black women until we focus on getting more out of ourselves. So we now focus on 7 key areas of personal development because we know that our purpose is on the inside of us, not on the outside of us. And until we develop our giftedness, until we fix those broken pieces of ourselves, we cannot do our assignment effectively. So we are in pursuit of personal development spiritually, emotionally, physically, financially, intellectually, politically, and socially. I am a whole life empowerment coach. And in 2020, I launched Black Women Who Want More Academy, and we do 20 online empowerment events per month. And so my purpose is to see women healing spiritually, emotionally, physically, and financially. Those are the top four. So I have been gifted to build a community of over 600,000 followers on social media and an academy where we come together and we leave better. And that pain of that divorce and being just in this world, not knowing what I was supposed to do, but knowing what I was gifted to do, but got distracted from the gift, right? Is what made me start Black Women Who Want More. And I am fully immersed in my purpose, and prosperity is following it, and people are getting healed. Women of color specifically are getting healed, and it is so fulfilling and so amazing.
Wow. Wow. I love it. I love how you broke that down. Black women who want more. More importantly, sharing your story and being so personable with us. I appreciate that. And now the moment that folks been waiting for. She's been authentic. She's been transparent. They're like, but Shay, she said she had a couple ways to help us get unstuck. Don't let her leave that. Like maybe could she give us 3 steps? Like here's step 1, here's step 2, here's step 3. Like Shay, she's there. So let me slow down and ask the question. What are maybe 2 or 3 steps? If you want to get more, you can bonuses that folks can do to get unstuck and move toward their design destiny.
I am so grateful for the opportunity. This is what I absolutely love to do. The first thing, Shay, and it's so simple, it sounds so simplistic. The first thing we have to do is move. Move. Make a decision. Because a lot of times people do not make a decision, and every single day that we don't make a decision is a decision to do nothing. Indecision is a decision to do nothing. So the number one way that you can get unstuck is to make a decision. You know what your purpose is. If you are watching this at 11 o'clock at night, you are an entrepreneur. You are looking for something, you are seeking something, you are born to do something. So you have to make a decision. Like you made a decision to watch this video, you have to make a decision that I am going to do something tomorrow that's going to make the next day better and put me one step closer to my destiny. So number one, decide. Decide. And once you decide, move, because hesitation and procrastination and contemplation are wasting days. There are 366 days this year. It is a leap year. This is 2024. I don't know when you're watching this, but there are 366 days. If you didn't move towards your destiny yesterday is gone. You'll never get it back. So number one, move. I don't care if it's as simple as researching that thing you want to do or reaching out to a mentor like Shay Brown. Move, do something. That first day that you go into the gym, you did something, you moved. If you just stood on the treadmill, you moved, you made a decision. So go into YouTube and YouTubeversity. What do they call it? YouTube University. And research that thing that you want to do. That's movement. Number 2, plan. Plan to win. Without a plan, you are 100% guaranteed that you won't do it, you won't achieve it, and it won't happen. So once you move, then develop a plan. Well, this week I'm going to research this as it's connected to my purpose and that thing for which I am created. I'm going to research. Then I'm going to do what we call destiny boarding. This is what we do in Black Women Who Want More. It's called destiny boarding. We no longer do vision boards, Shay, because people have been looking at that same car and at the same house and at that same man, at that same vacation home for 10 years. They have the vision. Having the vision is not enough. What are the action steps that are going to get you to your vision? So you need to have a plan. So destiny board it. Put where you are down here, where you want to be up here, and every single week in between, you need to have an action step. That's called a destiny board. So when you put your vision at the top and you put where you are at the bottom, which is not where you want to be, maybe you put a picture of your debt at the bottom. You put a right, you put a picture of that job that you don't like at the bottom, right? And then you put action steps in between, plan, and make your plan visual. It's a plan you have to be able to see every single day. Because a lot of people, Shay, don't have faith to see the unseen. So until you get faith to see it without seeing it, then you need to see it. That means you need to create it and put it on a board. So move and decide, and then take a picture of the vision and create action steps. Number 3, and I'm going to stop, Shay. You tell me how much time I have after this. Get a mentor. You must be surrounded by people who are where you want to be, or at least surrounded by people who are going where you want to go and know the way. That's why I love this group. That's why I love this organization. That's why I'm excited that I met Shay Brown and plugged into this network, because your network is your net worth. And you must make sure that you have a network of people who have the GPS. If you don't have the GPS to get from Philadelphia to California, baby, you just drive and you're going to end up in Canada. You're going north when you should be going west. And so you have to follow people who are going west, if west is where you want to be. So to sum it up, decide, research, get a plan, get a mentor, follow people who are going where you want to go, or plug in with people who are where you want to be.
Woo! I mean, and here's the good part, ladies and gentlemen. There's more. Like, there's more. She's giving you what you can do to get started, but you heard it loud and clear. Get started. You know, we have a segment here, and you talked about a little bit of your challenges early on, but we have a segment here I think that's relatable at a good point, which is today is my January 1st. Now, for those folks who tune in every night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I know you wait to say those words. Today is my January 1st. So go ahead and say those words, release it, because I want to say Happy New Year to you. And for all the new folks who are watching for the very first time, today is my January 1st is our personal mantra at the Happy Entrepreneur Show. It represents a fresh start. It represents a do-over. It means that past back there, no matter how dark and gloomy that past or how bright and sunny that past is, the past no longer equals the future. So my question to you on the other side as you're listening right now, Renee, is when you hear those words, today is my January 1st, what do you hear and what goes through your mind?
I get excited. I do a show called More in the Morning, and every single day I tell people command the day, own the day. And when I think of it, because I'm a licensed evangelist, I think, behold, the former things are passed away and all things are made new. Out of the desert, it shall spring forth. So even though I may not see actually, or see in the natural what January 1st, it's January 1st, right? 2024. It's a new day. It means to me that I can, one, reset this day. It is nothing to do with the failures of yesterday. But today, there's something new that's going to happen in my life. There's something new that's going to happen in this day. I'm going to meet somebody today, Shay, that I didn't meet yesterday. I'm going to discover something on the internet that I didn't discover yesterday. It is January 1st. And so we like to say, at Black women who want more, stop saying Happy New Year and it's the same year. We got to make sure a new thing is a new thing by not replaying the old thing. We can't do this new day and this new year today the way we did yesterday or the way we did last year, because then it just becomes happy same year instead of Happy New Year. So I challenge anybody who's listening, truly make this new day your Happy New Year by thinking differently, renewing your mind, have a new way of thinking about things, and do something different.
Do something different. Move on. I love it, man. I love your energy. I love your spirit. You know, one of my questions I love to ask when we have time, we have a few minutes now, is what's one of the best pieces of advice you've ever been given. Now, of course, for the audience, I like to frame it for the audience and let her know that she's read more books than she could probably remember these days. You know, we now have watched unlimited hours of videos, okay? And she's had many mentors along this journey. But if you had to step back for a moment and reach out and grab one idea, one concept that's been given to you that's helped really transform your life, what would it be and why?
It would be, and I can never remember who said this, Shay. I think it was Benjamin Franklin or Abraham Lincoln. It was one of those old guys. Right? And the saying is, and I love this and I take this to heart, and this helps me with the Happy New Year. I have not failed 10,000 times. I have simply found 10,000 ways that will not work. So when you have failed, actually, something did not work 10,000 times, you see it differently. You think about it differently. And that's one of the best pieces of advice that I have internalized. That no matter how many times the academy didn't work when I launched it in 2020 because I had no idea what I was doing. And it's hilarious now that I think about it, but it was embarrassing. It was humiliating. It was stressful. I cried over this thing, Shay. I cried over this thing. And every single day I had to remember, I have not failed 10,000 times. I've simply found 10,000 ways that will not work, because you cannot beat a person that does not give up. I don't fail until I quit. And you don't fail until you quit. The problem is we fail once and we quit. We fail 100 times and we quit. We fail 20 times and we say it's not working. As long as you are working towards it, it is working, because the it factor is you. The it factor is your self-efficacy. How much do you believe in it? Do you believe in you? And if you are spiritual, do you believe in God? So if you have all three parts, because a threefold cord is not easily broken, if you have belief in yourself, belief in your it, belief in you, then you won't give up. You won't give up. And those 10,000 times that it didn't work, those 10,000 people that didn't believe in you, that $10,000 that you had to invest. Come on, somebody. So some people don't want to pay the price, but you got to count the cost and you got to pay the price because it's your dream. And so if the money didn't make it work, and if the time didn't make it work, just know that as long as you're still working and God's still working, you have not failed.
I love it, by the way. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for being so personal. What do you do for fun when you're not out saving the world and making a difference for these women all over this place, these Black women who want more? What do you do for fun these days?
You know, can I tell you this? I'm totally imbalanced. Because I heard that Bill Gates didn't take a vacation for 7 years when he was building Microsoft. So I'm totally imbalanced. But when I do have fun, I love to travel. I love to do things that are that physically challenging. Like I love to roller skate. I love to hike in the park and go for walks. I love nature. I'm a nature buff, and I love playing games, board games, card games. Give me a good spades partner, and it's on and popping. And I don't like to lose. So yeah, bring your A game.
I love it. I love it. On and popping. I love it. Well, let me first say thank you so much for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. We appreciate it, by the way. If you come down the home stretch, I have a two-part question, though. Question number one, what type of clients is your firm working with these days, if any? And how can folks best connect with you? How can they stay in this conversation with you over and beyond today?
Well, studies show that the number one fear for all people, Shay, is public speaking. So given the opportunity to do a show like this, a lot of people are afraid. So I have relaunched my public speaking certification program. It starts October the 1st. And I am accepting new members into the academy, into my leadership certification program, into my public speaking certification program. And once you are certified, Shay, you actually get featured as a certified speaker on my website for 1 full year. And so I do have 600,000 followers. I have a very expansive email list. And so it is a great opportunity not only to get the skill, but to also get the visibility and the exposure that a lot of people do not have the opportunity. They get the skill, they have the skill, they get the certification, but they don't have the visibility, the platform, or the exposure. So right now I am working with women only at this time. It's Black women who want more. And I am helping women find their voice, activate their voice, give them a platform for their voice so that they can do that thing for which they were created and reach those people to whom they are assigned. And you can reach me at www.b, it's bwwwmacademy.com. There's a 70% off, 70% discount for members for my courses. And you don't have to be a member to take my course, but you might want to be. It's extremely available, affordable, and accessible when you are a member. That's the initials of the organization, Black Women Who Want More. You may be able to see it on this portrait back here, bwwwmacademy.com. You can follow us on Facebook. Our page is the Black Women Who Want More fan page, 697,000 followers, and it's global. And we give God glory for that. And we are excited about the people that we have been honored to be able to reach, serve, help, and see transformed.
Wow. Well, once again, let me say thank you so much for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. Can't wait to have eye-to-eye contact with you. And I can't wait to hear more and have you back on the show. Thank you.
Thank you for this platform. I appreciate you, Shay. Have a good night.
Thank you. And thank you. Thank you to viewers. Thank you for tuning in, by the way, because without you, well, there is no show. So I never get tired of reminding you every night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time how special you are, how unique you really are. And it doesn't matter what's going on in your life. Some of you are doing really, really well. There's another level. Some of you, well, there's some challenges you're going through. That's okay. But here's what I know for sure, that today is your January 1st. And because of just that one reason alone, I believe your best is still yet to come. Your best is yet to come. Your best, well, it's still yet to come. With that being said, my name hasn't changed. It's still Che Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. We'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. Peace. Thanks a lot, Renee. We out of here. See y'all all later. Peace. We gone. Bye-bye, everybody.